I think for me, we'd loved business for a very long time and studied different business models, and being in traditional business and in software, we learnt a lot of different business models. And we were always were curious about the franchise model, and we looked at some traditional franchises, like a coffee shop franchise, and that investment was $350,000. But we love the simplicity of the system, right? This is what you do, this is how you do it, this is how you rock up. And I think in traditional business it's hard to do that because you've got to come up with those systems yourself, and no one's really showing you the way. You can have a business coach. The business coach is someone that is going to get paid either way, whether you succeed or not. But the franchise model is a different model, right? Usually the franchisee or the person that you buy the franchise from is only paid if you create success, if the system works. So when we looked at that traditional business model of like $350,000 to get started, and they're projecting 5 years to make a return on it, and then we look at the Juice Plus business model, and you can make your investment back in the first month, like that just blew my mind. You know, the simplicity of the system, sure, it worked to create the success that you want to create, but the simplicity of the system and being able to get a return on your investment so quickly was just mind-blowing for us.
I think as well, a lot of people that I speak to, they're in a job where they're frustrated that their income's capped. We had traditional business, and we had at one point over 40 staff, and so I think there's a lot of people that have that entrepreneurial spirit, but they don't know how to bring that to life. And in a job, you know, you are capped. There's so many limitations on what you can create. And in business, there's the stress and the hassle of all overheads and everything which we had. Whereas this model, when we started in business, we didn't have a business coach or someone, like you said, that was vested in our success. We just had to fumble and figure it out, and we made so many mistakes. Where to have mentors that have gone before us to coach and to guide us, that are literally 15, 20 years down the track and know the journey ahead, I just think that you just can't get that in typical everyday life.
Yeah.
I think, that's what made the biggest difference for me as a stay-at-home mum. I've never done any business coaching or I haven't been to university to study it, and there's no way that I could have created the income I have today through business without this incredible model and mentorship to support me every single step of the way. And it just made it so achievable for myself and so many other women that I get to work with today. It doesn't matter who they are, what their background is, what they did before this, they can be as successful as anyone in this business.
I was working 50 plus hours a week, and I loved that I could fit this in and do something that I was really passionate about around that. My boss was dictating my hours and when I had to work, but I could just do this on my own terms, and I loved that. And I was able to fit it into the stolen moments that I had around my day, and that's how I built this, just around in those spare pockets of time, and I loved that flexibility.
I loved when I get to be a global business owner in so many different countries. We had an international business, and it was full of so many headaches with importing and exporting and regulations and compliance and all. And so to be able to just focus on the main thing of sharing our story and sharing the products, and that's what we get paid to do, and everything else is handled. So, and
we get to do all the fun stuff. The company handles all the other stuff.
And yet you can wake up, in the morning and see that business is operating, within your organisation across 33 different countries is wild. I definitely dreamed of being a global business owner and flying around the world. I just never saw how it could happen. So I pinch myself on that we just get to literally grow a global community without all of the stress and leverage and risk that other business owners have to deal with every day.